Hey guys, this is Nick Fanatic here, and a few weeks ago I made a video about the possibility of Dan Schneider leaving Nickelodeon. Well, on March 26, 2017, it was actually officially announced that Dan Schneider and Schneider's Bakery will be separating ways from Nickelodeon and renewing a further contract. Basically, this came kind of a shock to me and many others, as we didn't expect it to come so soon. We knew the day would come, but not really. Now, let's get into the shows. It's a little crazy, but here we go. So, basically, like I mentioned before in my previous videos, Game Shakers would probably be canceled after its third season, and now it surely is officially canceled and won't be returning for a fourth season. Now, I kind of expected this. I'm not kind of too shocked with it, but it's not returning. But rumor has it Nick told Dan they wouldn't be renewing the show a day before it wrapped production on season 3. So that would be like Monday, the week they wrapped, on Tuesday. Now, I could see this happening, but where the rumor gets a lot stranger, it ends on a cliffhanger. And that could be not so true, maybe, because Dan's usually pretty solid on not leaving us hanging in an episode unless it has a second part. So I don't see him doing that. He did that with IOMG, so let's just hope it's nothing like that. If not, it will be a shock and a very disappointment. But I don't really believe it like that much. But basically, I feel like Dan could have maybe rewrote the ending if he had to and it wasn't shot. So we'll see what happens with that. But let's get into Henry Danger, because this is where things kind of get a little complex. So about a week ago, it was announced by Jace he was congratulated on an interview with Extra for a fifth season, meaning the show finally got renewed after months and months of waiting. Now, in the article, it did talk about Henry Danger from Deadline, but it didn't really come out and say it got renewed for a fifth season. But it seems like there's some debate on Twitter, Wiki, and other things, but it's officially renewed. But the future is very uncertain at this point. So basically, it will basically move forward right now as season 5, but Dan may not be showrunner anymore, which is very likely. Basically, if Dan and Schneider Bakery is done, that either means another company is going to have to take over producing the show, but that leads into another problem, which I'll get into in a bit. But if Dan does leave and his contract is, let's say, doesn't go and it really did stop yesterday, it will basically be likely that he won't be editing Game Shakers anymore or doing anything like that. He's done. And I have a feeling Chris Nowak will take over, as he is co-creator with Henry Danger. And I think, want to say Game Shakers, he's involved with that. So we'll see what happens. But if Chris Nowak and Schneider's Bakery do continue with season 5, I think he'll be the replacement for Dan if it does happen and Dan is not involved in any way. Now, let's get into the possibility of basically another production company does take on Henry Danger. Now, basically, there becomes a bigger issue, not about the content, but about the show. Because when the show wraps, Dan usually will take the set, put it in his storage units and everything, or bits and pieces, and it's all his, and the props go to his house, and it's all kind of suspicious what will happen. So I actually have a feeling Nick may just be done with Henry Danger. We'll see how it unfolds and everything, but I think we could be very done and just be over with it. But I think it may just continue without Dan, and the Schneider's Bakery team will do that for the last season, and that will be it. As far as the movie, I don't even think it's going to be picked up at this point. We'll see what happens. Maybe Schneider's Bakery will just agree to do Henry Danger, but it seems like it's wrapping up as well. So we'll see. But another fact I want to get into is that another rumor with all this is basically Dan didn't want to share studio space with another show that's going to be in production taking over the Game Shaker soundstage. I don't really believe it right now, but I guess I could. We'll see where that goes. I'm not 100% sure with that. But basically, the last rumor I want to touch is basically we all know for years, which this could be true, but in my opinion, it is not, that Dan has been under a cloud of supervision over the treatment of his stars, like his feet, how the scenes go sometimes, and just all this ridiculous stuff. And he has tweets on social media that get questioned, and stuff that he does on his YouTube videos and things back in iCarly days. So I don't know. He's settled down from it before, so I don't know if it's 100% true. It seems like that has settled down, but we'll see. If it unfolds and it comes out to be true, then that will be a whole different story, but we'll see where it goes from there. And basically, yeah, this could be a big downfall for Nick. And basically, I know Butch left, but that's another story. But it could still be a big fall. They lost a major creator for Nickelodeon. So if they did have disagreements, I wish it was, hope it's over that instead of wishing. Because that would be bad if it is over these rumors that have been going on for years. But we'll see if the cast of all their shows finally come out. If nothing, they'll just kind of get haha at the moment. But we'll see. Basically, keep an eye on the Henry Danger Wiki, Twitter. We're always updating information. We've been very involved today. But we'll see what happens from there. And this has been Disney Fanatic. Don't forget to subscribe. The Q&A will still be in a couple weeks. Still waiting for questions to come in. But I've gotten some which we'll be able to do it. So, until next time.